Hey folks, welcome back. So between episodes, I figured out the redstone setup I want to use. And if you look at the whale list setting, it says there's a power of 6. Essentially, if you remember redstone mechanics, a lever will transmit at the beginning a power of 16. So the block that the lever on is 16. The redstone is 15. So I put 10 pieces of redstone here. Just kind of looped it around underneath the floor, and it comes out as 6. So this valve should be receiving a value of 6, and if we look at the math, 7.5 minus 6 times 0.5 is 7.5 minus 3, or a value of 4.5. And that redstone level will put us just above 4, and in ideal range for, or just below the red range, so we don't cause an explosion. So let's go ahead and seal up the floor here. And I tried to make it look as best I could here. Of course, we got a couple issues with the, sand underneath, but we could fix that later on if we're really, so inclined. And for now, I'm just putting a fancy looking block here. Eventually, we'll use something to automate that. But now we can see the pressure from the outside very quickly. Right now we're at 0 if we know how the number scale works. And then we have our lava and our bucket to work with stuff. What I do want to do here is make sure we leave ourselves a spot to place the bucket later on. So we'll just leave a chest here. That way we've always got a bucket on hand. For filling this system up. Anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves some creeper seeds made. So remember, what we got to do here to start this whole process off, is we take our creeper plant seeds, all but one. We never want to use up our last one. We want to dump those into the middle and kind of seal it up with the wall. We can watch what's going on. And now we come back here and we turn on our bucket of lava. Or we get our bucket of lava and we start up the system. And that's all we got to do. Now, someplace I thought I had taken the speed upgrade. Oh, the speed upgrades are what come next. So you'll see that this has to heat up, and for us to make plastic, the system needs a value of 1. If I read this correctly, I'm not entirely familiar with the NEI interface, but it looks like once we get to 1, we should have plastic made up. So you can see we're gaining, and we can kind of watch the outside gauge here, or we can click on any one of the interfaces to see where we're at. And inside, we're slowly getting there. Now, what should happen? So we're definitely gaining pressure. That's good. As soon as it gets to 1, we'll watch it convert all of those seeds into plastic. And there it goes, kind of like popcorn. So now once it's done, we break in, and you'll note that it starts making a hissing sound because all the pressure is escaping. There's a way we can handle that later on. But what I'm most interested in here is in a little while, this thing should build up to 4.5, and then the pressure gauge should release any excess pressure, because lava does burn for a long time in this system. It's very handy and nice. And we'll check back on that in a little bit. So now, claim rewards. I definitely want the machine upgrades, speed upgrades, so that'll cause this thing to heat even faster, which is lovely. I don't know if those stack or not, so we'll keep them separate for now. I have plenty of room. Anyway, we got a couple of new things we can work on here. So now, pressure chamber interfaces. We need a bunch of stuff for this. And let's see, there's someplace in here it talks about making sure we've done a mob farm. Okay. Let's see. Alright, anyway, so for the rest of today's episode, what I want to work on is making sure we start collecting squid seeds as well as mob drops. So we're going to start picking a spot and setting up a farm. In the meantime, we will set the rest of our pneumatic craft stuff into here and restock our supplies. Let's see. That looks really good. Let's head upstairs and restock our water because I know I'm just about out. No, there's no just about it. I'm completely out. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do that. Here we go. 4. One more. Oh, it didn't actually change. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we got a backup now. Plus 4. That looks good. We'll throw these excess building blocks on the side for now. And the cobble can go right into the trash bin. Wherever I put a trash bin, right there. We've got plenty of cobble for now. Dust can go over here to get it sieved. Okay. And that guy looks good. We'll put the glass back into the furnace chest because that's where we'll go look for it next. Or each and every time we need it anyway. We got some more servos for later on. We got our saw back in there. We're looking good. Quest book away. And now let's plan out the mob farm. So you'll note, let's take about, I don't know, 10 stacks of blocks with us. You'll note that I kind of left this little nifty opening here. I think that's where we're going to put the resulting death chamber. Now, one of the great ways to kill mobs is via iron spikes. Okay? And those take a fair amount of iron to craft, but we should have that on hand. And we've got a 4x4 area there, and you'll note that the iron spike recipe gets us 4. That sounds lovely to me. So we need one set of that. So we need, let's grab a bunch of iron if we got it here. And a couple iron blocks, perhaps. Let's see, we needed just one. That should be plenty. We need some sticks for swords, so 3 swords. Do I got any sticks actually from our water system? So we can just do like this for the 3 swords. And then like that, the iron swords. Let's just go ahead and put it in there manually maybe. Oh wait, what's in the middle? Yeah. Like so. Iron spikes. So that's where the mobs are going to die. Now, let's go outside and make sure we've actually cleared out our base here of critters. I hear them jumping around over here. There we go. Where's that creeper at? There, caught in the corner. Okay. And we're going to want our excavator for this. For now, I'm just going to place these blocks here. Let's see. Excavator. Let's eat up some food and take a different batch with us. And in fact, I'm pretty sure we can take an iron pot. Oh, that's rice soup. Okay. Spider eyes. Do we got some stock over here? In one of these chests? We do not. Oh, wow. Okay. Iron pot. We got some bones around, though. We'll have plenty more in a little bit. Iron pot, I think it's a mixing bowl. Gives us stock. Stock plus spider eyes. And that's just some good stuff, too. There we go. Even more types of food to mess with. Now, we got a lot of water. The iron can go back for now. Let's kind of clean up our inventory because we want to carry as much cobble as we can, and we want to make it daytime kind of in a hurry. Let's get that ready to go. I don't think I'll need the mattock anymore for now. We got the shovel and we got the other thing. Let's take that off. And let's make it daytime. So you can see when the sun hits the horizon, that's where we want to set this. Anyway, what we want to do here... there's actually another step we need to do unless I have a rubber tree seed in here. So, folks, what I need to do is I need to sift a bunch of dirt to get a rubber tree seed. And we're going to need to make some conveyor belt. Conveyor belt is a great way to kind of direct mobs where you want them to go, but I need rubber to do that. Wait a minute. Comes from that, from rubber, from ball of glue. Wow, there's lots of ways we can do this apparently. Okay. Anyway, let me go ahead and get some dirt made up, and we will be back soon with a rubber tree. And if you look, we can just get rubber tree seeds. Let's see. Rubber. Here it is. Rubber tree seeds comes out of 7 dirt with a 2% chance. So I'll go get some dirt made up and we will be back shortly, folks. Hey folks, welcome back. So I spent quite a few hours cutting leaves, making dirt, getting rubber seeds, farming rubber, and we got a tremendous amount of other seeds in between while processing or sieving dirt. You can see kind of the collection of them over here that are new and interesting. You guys can pause the video as I moused over all of them if there's something you want to specifically see. Anyway, I took out a few of our rice crops and cantaloupe crops and planted some tomatoes and some soybeans and some grapes, just so we have a little more variety to work with. And I wanted to kind of catch you up to speed here. So right now we're waiting for the rubber to finish processing. We're starting to get our first little bit cooked here. That should be done momentarily. And then while I was waiting around, I realized we had gotten soybean seeds. And I decided to go ahead and make a presser. If we collect a few of these soybean seeds, let's get some bone meal. You'll also take note that I had actually put in barrels for the Certus and salt because we filled up the file cabinet. So that'll help things out. But soybeans are an excellent source of food if you can get them kind of early on. Number one, you can eat the soybeans directly. But you can make a block called a presser, and a presser runs without power, and essentially it'll take soybeans and convert them down into 2 components. Soy milk, which can be used from, according to the information panel here, as any kind of milk substitute, okay? And you'll also get silken tofu. Silken tofu works as a cream, but it also can be pressed again into firm tofu, which can be used as meat, as a meat substitute. So if we look at the tomatoes we planted, okay, we go over, well, number one, tomatoes can be used as stock instead of bones. Number two, we can make a meal called chicken parmesan. We can use firm tofu for the meat, tomatoes for the sauce with bakeware, and then with cheese, it's soy milk and salt. We have all the stuff to do this. So let's go ahead and get our stuff together and make ourselves some chicken parmesan while we wait. So first of all, we need cheese. And let's just bring up that recipe directly here. Chicken parmesan. So for cheese, we need salt, soy milk, and a pot. We got that. There's your cheese. And then we need firm tofu, which we're pressing silken into firm, remember. We need 9 tomatoes. Let's go ahead and collect those up quickly. I'm using the bone meal right now just to kind of demo this recipe. Eventually this stuff will just be grown in and I'll collect it and harvest it via time rather than instantaneous gratitude. And then the last thing we're going to need here is bakeware, which is a handful of bricks, which we might even have over here. Now the presser, do realize, takes a little bit of time to run, but most of that firm tofu can be substituted for any form of meat in these recipes. So let's see, we do it like that. You might actually have to manually place the recipe the first time around, but now we got chicken parmesan. Lovely. And that is an excellent source of food. Anyway, we'll put that on our food chest here. And you'll note I've upgraded the size of the food chest, so just so I could get everything into one spot. I felt that was kind of beneficial here. Anyway, we'll continue onward here. The last thing I did is I took one of the grass seeds we got from sieving dirt. I planted it down in our dirt area. It's now all grass. Looks a little cleaner. We still got 9 more to work with, so if we need to make something extra special here, we can do that. In terms of pneumatic craft seeds or whatever other recipes come from grass seeds. Okay, now we slept the night off. Let's let the mobs burn away. Let's get some conveyor belt made up, and then we'll work on the remainder of, the remainder of, first of all, the mob farm. So we want to collect negative enemy drops. Let's see, so we need a conveyor belt, which is simply rubber, iron, and redstone. We're going to need some iron. This can let use 16 pieces, so let's go with like 8 of these for now, maybe. See how that treats us. Conveyor belt is one of those items you can easily end up with too many of. So we'll put the extra redstone here for now. We got plenty of extra rubber. I actually cooked up about 2 stacks full of rubber. Mainly because I thought it would be fairly useful in the long run. Alright, we got that there now. Let's grab all this extra cobble out of here that I've stored. Water's good. Food, water could be topped off. Grab just a touch more. So we did a lot of processing. We even got a ghast flying around with a creeper, which should make things really fun. Let me get our needle gun here at the ready. And let's hang up our wrench because we don't particularly need that right now. Anyway, what we want to do here, if we can, let's see. Yeah, I heard that creeper go. Where's that ghast at? He'll probably come and drop a creeper on me and blow things up. Anyway, what we want to do is clear out a bit of this mountain. Oh, hello, charged creeper. I guess we should go make sure this sand dune is clear. Ish. We got a skeleton over there hiding. And something else is coming running. We'll see what we get. Anyway, the idea is we want to clear out a bit of this section so we can put our mob farm over here. And getting rid of this sand dune will just help things out in the long run. So we can see what we're doing. Okay. Just keep making our way through and knock it all out. And we'll get rid of all of it. Here we go. Am I out of inventory space? No. So there is one upgrade we can add to this excavator, which will give it a vacuous effect. I'd have to look up the recipe. But essentially it draws items in as we mine stuff, which I think would be very useful because of the quantity of stuff we're actually digging out here. There's that ghast again riding around with a creeper. I think we should just dispatch him. I've been watching them all through the night. Oh, and that creeper ought to die. Let's go see if he dropped a ghast here. Gunpowder for sure. Let's get rid of this creeper. Our cleaver is definitely awesome. No, it doesn't look like any gas tears. Oh well. I don't know if those guys can drop it or not. If you do know, leave a comment below. So anyway, what we want to do here, I'll be back after I clear out this sand dune, now that I've caught you guys up to speed. And we'll go from there. So hey folks, I'm back and the sand dune is dug out. I've been collecting all the dust dune, I guess. I've been collecting it all in that chest there for later. And I've started laying out the beginnings of the monster darkroom spawn. So it's all going to come into our base over here, right? And I did it with 4 platforms that are going to be 6 wide and about 8 deep on each side. And then we'll have a building, around the outside in the dark room. And essentially what will happen down each of these major trenches here, 2 wide trenches, we'll have conveyor belts pushing the mobs to the center. And then a master conveyor belt going down towards the iron spikes. Anyway, I wanted to kind of show you the preliminary layout here of this. What I'll do is, off camera, is continue to finish building this, and we'll be back in just a jiffy. And folks, we're back. So I finished building the platforms and structure and all of that, and I decided to add in a interior lighting system that I could control for on and off. All it is a series of redstone lamps that you'll see completely light up the platform. I'm not worried at this point about the kind of channelways, because those will have conveyor belts on them and will naturally prevent spawning of mobs. If not, I can add more lights later. I also have run out of glowstone. Anyway, the whole idea is we can watch the mobs coming down the thing, and if we want, we can turn it on or off at our leisure. As all of you have seen with many mob traps over the years, you can very quickly max out capacity on the drops from the mobs. So you might just as well shut the thing off when you don't need it, which is where I think I'm going with this build anyway. Or, it makes sense to me. So, what we'll do is call the episode here for today. And on the next episode, we will go ahead and put in the mechanics for killing the mobs, the conveyor belt stuff for the mobs, and all of those kind of good bits and pieces here. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like and favorite button and all that stuff. And I will see you guys soon.